Have you ever wondered if you're truly prepared for the realities of aging? Imagine reaching 80 and looking back with no regrets, knowing you've made the most of your life, relationships, and resources. In today's video, we're diving into 5 essential steps you must take in your 60s to secure a fulfilling, independent, and happy future. Whether it's wisely using your savings, avoiding the trap of comparing yourself to others, creating new connections, or maintaining the strength to keep your independence, each tip is crucial. So why should you watch until the end? Because these insights could mean the difference between a life filled with joy and one burdened by regrets. We'll share specific, actionable advice to keep you financially secure, emotionally balanced, and physically strong. Plus, you'll learn strategies to build meaningful relationships without relying on money and discover how to protect your health so you can stay active and independent well into your 80s and beyond. If you want to live a life you'll be proud of at any age, this is the video for you. Let's get started. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Wise use of assets. As we approach retirement age, the way we think about money often becomes less about our personal desires and more about what we hope to leave behind for our loved ones. For many, this means setting aside as much as possible, hoping to provide security for their children. It's common to hear thoughts like, "I want to leave something for my children," or at the very least, "I want to leave the house as an inheritance." And, while these are certainly noble intentions, viewing our assets purely as something to preserve for the future can sometimes deprive us of the very richness and joy they're meant to bring us. The 20 years from your 60s onward could be the most meaningful years of your life. A time when you have the freedom to pursue passions, explore the world, and deepen your connections. This is why using assets wisely and thoughtfully can make all the difference in how fulfilled we feel. It's perfectly natural to feel cautious about dipping into savings, especially with fears like a sudden drop in income, uncertainty over whether a pension alone will suffice, or the general aversion to seeing hard-earned savings diminish. But if we let these fears rule our decisions, we may end up missing out on some of life's most precious opportunities. Imagine holding onto a sum, say 20 million yen, but refraining from touching it until you turn 80. While it's easy to think that saving it for later brings peace of mind, it could also mean denying yourself the joy, comfort, and personal growth those funds could have provided during your most active and capable years. Let's break it down with some specific examples. If you use those savings wisely, spending 100,000 yen each month on activities or hobbies you love, you could experience 20 years of indulging in the passions that make you feel most alive. Maybe that means dedicating time to art, taking up a musical instrument, gardening, or even volunteering. Or perhaps you choose to spend 80,000 yen monthly to savor exquisite meals with friends and family, creating memories with the people who mean the most to you. And think of the adventures you could take, traveling to places you've always dreamed of visiting, for about 50,000 yen a month. Each trip would bring new stories, perspectives, and joy that you could carry with you for the rest of your life. What a gift that would be, not only to yourself but also to the people who love you and want to see you live your best life. But then, there's always the familiar worry in the back of our minds. What if I live longer than expected and run out of money? This is indeed a reasonable concern, and here's where a smart approach comes into play. Instead of viewing your assets as a shield against every unknown, see them as tools to live fully and meaningfully. You can begin by using your pension to cover your basic living expenses. This way, you ensure that your essential needs are met no matter what. Then, see your savings as a means to bring joy, purpose, and fulfillment into your life. Your savings aren't there to simply provide safety. They're there to allow you to flourish, explore new horizons, and create a life rich in experience and satisfaction. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Here's a structured approach you might consider to make the most of your resources. 1. Set a monthly budget for enjoyment. Decide on a fixed amount each month to spend on activities, hobbies, and personal pleasures that bring you happiness. Think of this amount as an investment in your joy and quality of life. 2. Commit to using the full budget. Resist the urge to cut back on this budget each month. Commit to using it fully, knowing that each yen spent is a contribution to a more enriched and fulfilling life. 3. Reflect on the joy derived from each expense. Consider the value each expense brings to your life. Whether it's a delightful meal, a class in something new, or a travel experience, each use of your funds becomes a chapter in your story, a way to celebrate the moments that make life truly worth living. This approach doesn't mean you'll be leaving nothing behind for your children. Quite the contrary. When your children see you living a life that is vibrant, full of enthusiasm, and brimming with experiences, you're giving them a model of what a well-lived life looks like. You're showing them that it's possible to embrace each stage of life fully, to take pleasure in what you've earned, and to live with intention and joy. Imagine the legacy you'll leave behind as someone who lived freely and happily, leaving behind memories of laughter, stories of adventure, and a profound example of how to embrace each day. The impact of your joyful, fulfilled life on your children's hearts and minds will be worth more than any amount of money. An elder once said, looking back, "My biggest regret was that I spent so much of my 60s desperately trying to save every penny. I should have enjoyed life more back then." These words are a powerful reminder that now, in our golden years, is the time to make the most of our assets. To avoid similar regrets, it's essential to take specific, thoughtful steps now. Begin by taking a clear, honest assessment of your current assets. Understand exactly how much you have and where it stands. Then, check your monthly pension income and consider how it can comfortably cover the essentials. Finally, take what's left and set it aside as a budget purely for enjoyment, knowing that each month you're investing in your happiness, peace, and vitality. There's an important distinction to make here. Using your assets wisely doesn't mean wasting money. When you spend with intention and mindfulness, you're making purposeful choices that add meaning to your life. A well-planned use of your resources, whether for travel, personal enrichment, family gatherings, or cherished hobbies, isn't a waste. It's an act of love for yourself and for those who care about you. Your assets become tools that enable you to live more fully, with more peace and satisfaction. Instead of viewing them as something you're using up, think of them as a resource that helps you create memories, pursue dreams, and nurture the connections that matter most. So go ahead, embrace this time in your life. Use your assets to bring joy, fulfillment, and growth. Let every day be a reminder of the beauty that comes with living intentionally and passionately. Don't let fear or worries about someday hold you back. Today is the day to live as fully as you can, to fill your life with the colors, experiences, and memories that make every moment worthwhile. Embrace your assets as gifts that allow you to create a life that is as rich and rewarding as possible, knowing that this is the legacy you'll ultimately leave. A life well lived, a heart full of love, and a spirit that embraces every moment. 2. Stop comparing your life to others. In today's world, it's nearly impossible to avoid glimpsing into the lives of others, whether we want to or not. Every time we open our phones, we're bombarded with images that paint pictures of seemingly perfect lives. You might see photos of your classmates traveling the world, indulging in beautiful experiences you feel are out of reach. Maybe it's your friends enjoying lavish holidays or family members proudly sharing their grandchildren's achievements at amusement parks. Even neighbors seem to have a life you might think is more prosperous or fulfilled. And before you know it, you're caught in the web of comparison, with thoughts like, "My pension is too small," or "They're enjoying their retirement so much. Did I miss out on something in my life?" But please pause for a moment and realize something important. Comparing your life to others is a surefire way to dim your happiness, especially in these precious years. Think of it like this. Comparing your life after 60 to others is like comparing marathon times after the race has already begun. You each have your journey, your own pace, and your own set of unique experiences. Just because someone else's life seems better doesn't mean it truly is, nor does it make your life any less valuable. Focusing on past what-ifs or trying to live up to others' standards will only steal the joy available to you now. The past is already written, and the best gift you can give yourself is to appreciate what you have, right here, in the present moment. Tamura's story is a beautiful example of this journey to self-acceptance. After retiring at 65, Tamura faced a reality that many would find challenging. His monthly pension was just 150,000 yen, and he lived in a simple rented apartment with no real estate or property to his name. In the beginning, social gatherings felt difficult for Tamura. Classmates and friends would casually mention pensions of 250,000 yen or more. Others talked about the increased value of their properties and how fortunate they felt to have that financial security. Some even shared stories of their children building homes nearby, assuring them a close family network. Each story left Tamura feeling a bit smaller, a bit less successful. Doubts clouded his mind, making him wonder if he had made poor choices. Why didn't I save more? Should I have planned differently? It was a hard pill to swallow. The comparisons crept into his mind, eroding his self-worth and making him question his own life decisions. But one day, something clicked. Tamura came to an important realization. Envying someone else's pension or home would never increase his pension. No amount of longing could add value to his bank account. Comparing his family's setup to those of others wouldn't change the nature of his relationships. He understood that the time he spent longing for others' lives was only taking away from his ability to live his own fully. And with this acceptance, Tamura chose a different path. He decided to make the best of the life he had. With renewed purpose, Tamura embraced his modest means. His 150,000 yen pension, while small, came with the freedom of living in a rented apartment without the costs and worries of maintenance or repairs. He learned to simplify, cutting out unnecessary expenses and focusing on what brought him genuine joy. Living alone, he enjoyed the beauty of a life at his own pace, free to spend his days as he pleased. Now, instead of checking social media to see what others are up to, Tamura spends time on daily walks, appreciating the simple pleasures that surround him. The warmth of the sun, the breeze through the trees, the quiet peace of his thoughts. Gradually, he found himself feeling lighter, freer, and far happier. And in those moments of quiet contentment, Tamura experienced a profound shift. He found that by releasing his envy and focusing on gratitude, his life seemed to glow from within. Reflecting on his journey, he shared with a smile, "When I stopped envying others, my life started to shine." That, he realized, was the true key to a happy old age. Not material wealth or accomplishments, but peace with oneself. So as you walk this path, remember these simple yet powerful steps. 1. Focus on what you can do now. The past may be written, but the present is where your life unfolds. 2. Be grateful for what you have now. Gratitude opens your heart and mind to the richness of the present. 3. Live a life that feels true to you. This is your journey, not anyone else's, and only you know what brings you peace. When you stop focusing on others' lives, you open up space to discover all that your own life holds. Freeing yourself from comparisons allows you to see your life through new eyes and embrace it with the dignity and respect it deserves. And in that freedom, you'll find not only happiness but an unshakable sense of fulfillment. 3. Discovering new human relationships. Entering retirement can feel like stepping onto unfamiliar ground, where a range of emotions flood in: joy for the newfound freedom, a sense of relief from the daily grind, but also a hint of uncertainty. We may start to wonder, will I still have people to talk to every day? Will my social life slowly slip away? How will I manage this growing sense of loneliness? These questions are entirely natural and experienced by nearly everyone stepping into this new phase of life. The familiar routines that once brought comfort begin to fade as daily interactions with colleagues diminish. Children become more involved with their own lives, and cherished friendships grow more distant. But here's a heartening truth. relationships formed in your 60s and beyond are not only possible, they can be filled with warmth, simplicity, and perhaps even more profound meaning than ever before. Embracing these new bonds requires an open heart, a gentle approach, and a willingness to explore connections in ways that are unique to this stage of life. Here are 3 heartfelt steps to discovering the beauty of these relationships. 1. Create gentle connections. Sometimes, the most meaningful connections are also the simplest. Imagine this. You visit your local supermarket every week, where the cashier remembers your face, even your name, and you share a few kind words as you check out. It's a small moment, but it feels comforting. Or think of the friendly conversation with the cafe owner at your go-to coffee shop. Perhaps you talk about the weather, share a story from your week, or simply exchange a warm smile. Even as you take your evening walk, there might be a fellow walker, maybe a dog owner, who nods in recognition or stops to say hello. These seemingly trivial encounters bring joy and help us feel connected. Each brief interaction is like a gentle thread, weaving us into the fabric of a larger community. Although these connections may lack the depth of friendships formed in youth, they carry a quiet power that can lift the heart. Such daily interactions help you feel seen, understood, and valued. They are anchors in a world that can sometimes feel too vast and impersonal. These small connections don't require us to share our innermost thoughts or pasts. They simply ask for a bit of presence, a kind word, or a warm smile. And through these little exchanges, we build a community of gentle, reassuring relationships that remind us we are not alone. 2. Build relationships through hobbies. Finding a community through hobbies is like finding a pocket of joy that expands with every gathering. Imagine discovering a passion for pottery or gardening, and signing up for a class at your local community center. You may feel nervous on the first day, unsure of what to expect. But there's something magical that happens when you gather with others who share your interests. Take Sato, for instance, who retired at 64 and decided to join a pottery class. At first, she felt out of place, wondering if she'd fit in with the group. But as she began to work with the clay, kneading and shaping it, conversation flowed naturally. It wasn't about her life story, past career, or family, but about the art itself, the colors, textures, and shapes they were creating. In these moments, a unique type of connection blossoms. There's no need to discuss age, status, or background. Simply sharing a common love for the activity brings people together in a refreshingly uncomplicated way. Hobbies allow us to bond without the weight of expectations, letting us forge relationships based purely on joy and shared experiences. In this way, we not only learn something new but also gain a group of people who share our passion and add a new dimension to our lives. These bonds feel light and free, yet they enrich our days, and the friendships that bloom around these activities remind us that age and differences mean little in the face of shared joy. 3. Utilize online communities. Technology has opened doors to communities we may never have imagined, allowing us to find people with shared interests even from the comfort of our homes. Imagine joining an online book club, where you connect with others who love the same genre of novels, discussing characters and plots that spark your imagination. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Or picture participating in a virtual cooking class, where you swap recipes, share culinary successes and mishaps, and even laugh together at the occasional kitchen disaster. Social media platforms offer various communities where people share hobbies, from photography groups to knitting circles to walking communities. These online groups let you engage in conversations, share your creations, and find a sense of belonging, all without leaving your home. However, there's something important to remember. Keep your expectations light and simple. Many older adults find peace in casual, low-pressure connections where companionship doesn't demand daily interaction. Perhaps a wise elder once said, "I don't need someone to call or visit me every day. Just meeting occasionally, sharing a few laughs, and exchanging ideas fills my heart." It's these easygoing, balanced connections that often bring the most joy and fulfillment. They don't weigh us down or demand constant attention, but exist as gentle, consistent reminders that others care, even if from a distance. These light-hearted bonds can be like sunlit beams on a quiet day, quietly nourishing without asking for anything in return. 4. Appropriate distance with children. As we grow older and our children begin to build lives of their own, it becomes increasingly important to redefine the relationship we have with them. Many parents struggle with an issue known as the 3 paths of separation, which symbolizes 3 potential pitfalls in parent-child relationships shaped by financial dependency. These paths represent the unique challenges of maintaining a balanced, loving bond with adult children while also preserving one's dignity, independence, and well-being. Path 1. Leaving no inheritance. Some parents decide not to leave an inheritance, choosing instead to spend their savings on enjoying life or securing their own care needs in old age. Although this choice is valid and can be empowering, it can lead to unintended tension if children have different expectations. They may feel neglected or disappointed, leading to a sense of emotional distance. Parents on this path may face the risk of isolation or loneliness if their children become resentful, seeing the lack of inheritance as a failure of their parents to do right by them. Path 2. Offering continuous financial support. For parents who continue providing financial help to their children, there's often a gradual erosion of boundaries. Even a small, steady flow of financial support can lead children to rely on their parents indefinitely. While the intention behind the support might be love and care, it can quickly evolve into an unhealthy dependency. In such situations, parents can feel overwhelmed by their children's growing demands and may eventually find themselves in an emotional bind, trapped in a cycle of giving to the point of exhaustion, often to the detriment of their well-being. Path 3. Giving away everything too soon. Some parents feel that transferring all their assets to their children is a way to show love or relieve their children of financial burdens. But this choice, while selfless, can have tragic consequences. Once they've relinquished their financial security, parents may find themselves in a vulnerable position. They risk losing control over their own lives, and without sufficient resources, they may fall into poverty or face hardships they never anticipated. This situation can also create stress for children, who may feel a weighty sense of responsibility or guilt in seeing their parents struggle. These paths are all too common, and countless families find themselves grappling with one or more of these issues. Why does this happen? It often stems from the loving yet complex assumptions that parents make. Many of us feel a natural, powerful drive to care for our children, to give them a better life, to ensure their happiness, and to protect them from hardship. Thoughts like, "It's for my children's future," "I want them to be happy," or "I don't want to be a burden," are typical for many parents. But when these feelings overpower a sense of balance, they can unintentionally strain the parent-child relationship, creating complications that may even lead to resentment or misunderstanding. Let's consider an example to illustrate this point. A couple named Yamada and his wife found themselves caught in this dilemma. They had 2 adult children, each with their own family and responsibilities. Yamada and his wife loved their children deeply and felt a duty to help them whenever possible. In their early retirement, their conversations often centered around financial support for their children and grandchildren. "Let's help our kids with their home loans. We know how tough it is to start. We should set aside money to support our grandkids' education. We need to save for emergencies, so we can help out if something comes up." As generous as these intentions were, they began to realize something unsettling. Their relationship with their children had become, in part, a financial dependency. They felt compelled to give, and their children seemed to expect it. So, Yamada and his wife made a bold choice. They gathered their children for an open, heartfelt conversation and shared their decision. "We don't have any inheritance to leave you. Instead, we want to enjoy these years together as a couple. We'd love to keep spending time together with you, sharing meals, outings, and family time, but we won't be providing financial support." At first, the news was met with surprise and even a bit of disappointment. The children, used to their parents' support, found it hard to adjust. But over time, something remarkable happened. Free from financial expectations, Yamada and his wife saw a beautiful transformation in their family. Their children, now entirely self-reliant, began to flourish on their own. Conversations became warmer, focusing on shared moments rather than money. Now the family exchanges joyful comments like, "Mom, Dad, you both look so happy and healthy," or "Let us treat you to dinner sometime," and even, "Would you join us for our daughter's recital?" Financial concerns melted away, replaced by genuine love, support, and the joy of simply being together. The relationship deepened in ways Yamada and his wife hadn't experienced before. Practical advice for building a balanced, genuine bond. 1. Set clear boundaries in financial relationships early on. Define the duration of any financial assistance. Make it clear that any support will end at a specific time, to encourage independence. Be transparent about the amount you're willing to give and explain why it's important to keep the amount reasonable. Establish a clear purpose for each instance of support, ensuring that it's a temporary aid rather than a lifetime dependency. 2. Initiate open conversations about future care plans. Discuss your preferences regarding care as you age. Talk about how you envision your care to alleviate worry and make sure everyone is on the same page. Research care facilities, long-term care options, and insurance coverage together. Involve your children in these conversations, but be proactive in making the plans yourself. Don't leave decisions solely to your children. Outline your desires clearly so that everyone feels secure in future arrangements. 3. Encourage non-financial, heartfelt connections. Set up monthly or seasonal family gatherings. Regular meetups, even for a simple meal or game night, foster bonds without relying on financial gestures. Cherish and prioritize time with your grandchildren, focusing on the joy of being together over material gifts. Plan family vacations or small outings that everyone can enjoy without financial expectations, focusing on the memories created instead of the money spent. By fostering a relationship that doesn't depend on financial contributions, you create a genuine, lasting bond with your children, one built on respect, love, and trust. Lastly, remember that while we may be parents, our children's lives ultimately belong to them. It's natural to want to guide or protect them, but over-involvement can easily become interference. Children need space to make their own decisions and learn from their own experiences. Allowing them this freedom is a profound act of love and respect, and it fosters a new phase of the parent-child relationship. As parents, we can discover a deeper connection in our later years, a relationship defined not by money, inheritance, or assets, but by shared values, understanding, and the love that has grown over a lifetime. This is the kind of legacy that truly matters, a legacy of emotional bonds, mutual respect, and enduring love. It's this heartfelt connection that will bring warmth and joy to both parents and children as they journey through life together. 5. Prioritize maintaining muscle mass. As we journey into our later years, it's easy to fall into the mindset of, "I need to lose weight," or "I should cut calories to stay healthy." However, once you reach your 60s, it's crucial to shift that perspective. At this stage, maintaining a strong, resilient body is far more impactful than merely focusing on shedding pounds. Building and preserving muscle becomes the cornerstone of living independently, feeling capable, and truly thriving as you age. Imagine this. By the time you turn 70, if muscle mass isn't maintained, it can decline by an astonishing 2 to 3% each year. Over a decade, this can add up to a loss of nearly 25% of your muscle mass. Such a drastic decrease doesn't just mean weaker arms or legs. It represents a loss of strength that can profoundly alter your daily life. Picture what this means. Climbing the stairs you once bounded up with ease could become a challenge. Carrying groceries from the store might start feeling like an overwhelming task. Even bathing, something we take for granted, can become daunting. When muscles deteriorate, it's not only your physical strength that wanes but your freedom, independence, and confidence as well. However, this reality doesn't have to be yours. You can take proactive steps now to protect your strength, maintain your mobility, and secure your quality of life. The path to strength. 3 simple, effective habits. Instead of thinking of these as exercises, think of them as powerful, life-giving movements you're incorporating into your day, each one reinforcing your independence and well-being. 1. Squats for building strong legs and core stability. Squats are a natural movement that strengthens your legs, supports your core, and enhances balance. Start incorporating them in little moments throughout the day. Morning wake-up routine. Kickstart your day with 10 squats as soon as you get out of bed. Feel the stretch, engage those muscles, and set an intention to care for your body. Bathroom break boost. Every time you head to the bathroom, add 5 squats before you leave. These quick breaks don't take much time but make a big difference. Evening TV wind down. While watching your favorite TV show, do 15 squats. You can even time them during commercials. Each movement is an investment in your strength, stability, and peace of mind. Think of these moments as reminders that you are prioritizing yourself and safeguarding your freedom. Squats are especially beneficial because they target the muscles we use for standing, sitting, and all movements in between. You're actively working to ensure that as you age, you remain mobile, strong, and steady on your feet. 2. Calf raises to fortify balance and stability. Our calves do so much more than we often realize. Strong calf muscles are essential for walking, balance, and quick movements. Keep them strong with these easy additions. Dish duty lift. While washing dishes, do 20 calf raises. Feel the muscles engage as you lift and lower. Each movement strengthens the lower part of your legs, crucial for keeping you stable. Public transit practice. If you find yourself standing on a bus or train, sneak in 10 calf raises. It's a subtle exercise that strengthens your muscles and enhances balance. Brushing balance. Every morning and night, while brushing your teeth, do 15 calf raises. It's a small commitment, yet this consistency helps you build solid support from the ground up. These calf exercises are invaluable. Not only do they enhance the strength of your legs, but they also give you the stability and balance necessary to prevent falls. A simple movement, repeated consistently, is your ally in maintaining confidence in your stride. 3. Grip strength for daily self-sufficiency. As we age, maintaining a firm grip is crucial, not only for carrying objects but for maintaining the ability to open jars, hold onto support rails, and perform countless daily tasks. Practice the following. Fist squeeze routine. Make fists with both hands, clenching and then opening them with force, repeating this 100 times daily. This isn't just about keeping strong hands. It's about preserving your capability to continue daily tasks independently. A strong grip empowers you to open a heavy door, carry a full bag of groceries, or hold the hand of a loved one without fear of slipping. Grip strength is an often overlooked marker of overall vitality and health, and by investing time into this simple exercise, you're setting yourself up for a life of capability and independence. Nourishing your muscles. Protein as essential fuel. Exercise alone isn't enough. Nutrition plays a significant role in maintaining your body's strength and resilience. Protein is a critical building block for muscle repair and growth. As we age, our bodies need even more protein to support muscle retention. Here's how to incorporate it. Portion-sized protein at every meal. Aim to consume a palm-sized portion of meat, fish, or plant-based protein at each meal. This steady intake of protein helps your muscles stay robust and able to withstand the tests of time. Daily egg for essential nutrients. Make it a goal to eat at least 1 egg a day. Eggs are packed with nutrients, offering a convenient and highly nutritious source of protein. Power foods. Include tofu, natto, and other plant-based proteins in your diet. These foods are excellent for muscle maintenance, and they bring variety to your meals. If you're worried about gaining weight from protein-rich foods, remember that from your 60s onward, maintaining muscle is far more valuable than being ultra-slim. Staying too thin can speed up muscle loss, putting you at greater risk of frailty and weakness. Fuel your body with the nutrients it needs to stay strong so that you can walk, lift, and live without restriction. Investing in your health and independence. Prioritizing your muscle health is not just about physical strength. It's about securing your independence, confidence, and joy as you age. Picture yourself at 80, still able to walk with confidence, carry groceries without help, and prepare your meals. The small steps you take today build up to a life where you're in control, no matter your age. This isn't just exercise, it's a commitment to live on your terms. In closing, I want to emphasize that safeguarding your future starts now. Aging is inevitable, but how we experience it is within our control. From your 60s onward, embrace these 5 principles to preserve a fulfilling and vibrant life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Financial wisdom for peace of mind. Plan your assets well to enjoy your retirement without financial worries. Authenticity over comparison. Free yourself from comparisons. Focus on a lifestyle that fulfills you. Nurturing new connections. Seek out gentle and comforting relationships that bring joy and meaning to your life. Setting boundaries with family. Create relationships with your children that are based on love and respect rather than financial support. Building and protecting muscle mass. Lay the foundation for a healthy, independent life by caring for your muscles every day. Embrace each of these steps not only as health tips but as pillars of a fulfilling life. Prioritize your strength, treasure your body, and invest in a future where you can live each day fully, where you're able to walk freely, cook for yourself, and embrace your loved ones without worry. Start today, and give yourself the gift of independence, joy, and strength for years to come. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered about the importance of muscle health, independence, and creating a fulfilling life as we age. What resonated with you most? What insights did you gain about preserving strength, embracing a nourishing diet, or nurturing connections that uplift your spirit? We'd love to hear from you. Please share one thing you've learned today and plan to incorporate into your life in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to take these steps toward a healthier, more independent future. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and here's to a strong, vibrant journey ahead.